Good morning, good morning, good morning. So wonderful to have you all. Just open up the room a couple of minutes early. I know a lot of people come sliding in just after 10. Hi, Florette. Thank you for putting on your camera. Please feel free to put on your cameras. It's always lovely speaking to faces. I see a lot of names that I recognize. Hi, Janine. Lovely to have you here. Monica, Florette, Ronnie, Ingen, Natasha, hello. Wonderful. Pranitha, Jennifer, Tasmeen, awesome. Tasneen, sorry, Amina, wonderful. Lovely to have you all. Please go ahead. If your name is not, I've got a user and a galaxy. Please go ahead and just rename yourself. Go into your photograph, click on those three dots where it says rename and rename yourself. Estelle, Careers Properties in Hoedspruit. Wonderful. I just did 2 coaching sessions with my clients in Hoedspruit now. So lovely to have you. I'll rename you there, Estelle. That will help you there. There we go. Fabulous. Please do let me know you can hear me clearly and loudly, and you can see my slides. Just give me a thumbs up, or in the chat box, you can hear me and you can see me. We had 147 people register for this morning. And here we've got 17 people, go-getters, people that are saying yes, showing up. Fantastic. You can all hear me and see me. Fantastic. Thank you, Natasha and Rosh and Ronnie. Fabulous. Appreciate you. So welcome to everyone. You are in the right place. If you registered for my free masterclass on your 60-second pitch, and this is for Speak with Impact for entrepreneurs, sales, and real estate professionals. In fact, if you do cold calling, if you attend networking events, if you bump into people at a local braai and they go, what do you do? And sometimes you feel stuck in sharing with them exactly what it is you do, you're in the right place. All right, fantastic. Great to meet you as well. Thank you, Florette. Awesome. From the northern suburbs, Cape Town. It is freezing in Cape Town today. I saw somebody saying they're in sunny Durban. So while we're there, I've got the record button. Everyone's saying 10:01. I am going to dive straight in. I want us to let you all know my masterclass is about 60 to 70 minutes. So if you can time block 70 minutes, that would be fabulous. And give yourself this gift of time. I know sometimes we attend masterclasses and we think, oh, well, while they're speaking, I can just answer an email and do some WhatsApps or maybe play a game of Candy Crush. I'm going to recommend you pick up your phone, close that email browser, give yourself this gift of time, because even if you give me 100%, you're only going to hear 40% of what I say. Quite crazy. So that is the stats when it comes to training. Our minds are always doing this. We're always busy thinking what's next, what needs doing. So give yourself this gift of time. I will also share a document with you as a thank you if you stay till the very end. So Zoom gives me an attendance register, lets me know everyone that was here and how long you stayed for. So I will send a gift to everyone that stays to the very end. So welcome to everyone. Excited to have you here. But let me know in the chat box, how many of you do cold calling or networking or have to do that elevator pitch? So just let me know in the chat box, yes or no. All right, Estelle says yes. Yes. Marie says yes. Florette says yes. Cold calling, sometimes networking, yes. All right, fantastic. And while you're doing that, let me know, what industry are you in? Sometimes. What industry are you in? Networking, yes, not cold calls. Okay, in real estate. Perfect. What industry are you in? Insurance industry, a lot of meetings. All right. Okay, real estate, selling personal branded products. Real estate, travel and tourism. Real estate, no, sometimes networking. Insurance industry. Yeah, I'm actually working with quite a few people in the insurance industry now as well. In art, wonderful. Networking, real estate. lifestyle benefits, sales, health distribution, and meetings. Excellent. Love that. Thank you so much. Well, you're in the right place. So very excited. And often we think about doing those dreaded phone calls. Now, when I need to do that phone call and pick it up, sometimes I feel my heart going boom, 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 boom. Like my hands can start tremoring. And suddenly I feel like, is anything going to come out clearly and concisely? But often, before I need to pick up that phone for a cold call or step into a networking event, or sometimes just go to a braai or a party where there's a lot more people than I'd had anticipated, that's where the fear of the elevator pitch comes in. But before I do that, I stop. I put my feet solid on the ground. I put my hands on my hips, shoulders back, chin up, chest out. Take a deep breath and fake it until I become it. Just like Wonder Woman. And then I pick up the phone and I pray what comes out of my mouth will come out impressively, concisely. And the person on the other side of the phone won't slam the phone down and shatter my confidence. How many of you sometimes feel the same? Well, sometimes I just feel like I've got plums in my mouth, like nothing is coming out clearly. It's clear in my head, but as I'm speaking, I'm like, I said, what? Well, my name's Nikki Abraham, and as comfortable as I might seem here, I started working at the age of 15 in the hospitality environment. This led me to working internationally for 10 years in the Caribbean. I worked on yachts for 3 years before running 2 restaurants. And when I returned back to South Africa, 2004, with my 11-month-old Caribbean souvenir on my hip, I then joined the Woolworths coffee shops, starting as a manager, very quickly growing into a training manager. That's where my passion for training was born. I spent 14 years working in the Woolworths coffee shops, growing the training division and the restaurants from 32 restaurants when I started to over 150 restaurants when I left. During this time of working in our cafes, I never ever had to cold call once, attend a networking function, but the braais and partying and socials, absolutely. But during this time, customers just came to us. But after 29 years in hospitality, I knew I needed to do something different. And this quote became quite dominant in my life. The 3 C's of life: choices, chances, changes. You must make a choice to take a chance, or your life will never change. Now, I was comfortable or very in my comfort zone in hospitality, but I also knew I needed to do something different. I've always been incredibly passionate about customer service, incredibly passionate about people, and I loved training. And one of the things that really triggered my fancy was real estate, selling coffees, selling cakes, selling houses, still working with people, and I love homes. And that's when I was very blessed to become a team leader, heading up training and recruitment in Keller Williams in 2019. But what I didn't realize then was recruitment for real estate was very different to recruitment I was used to working at Woolworths. Woolworths, I'd place an advert and so many people used to apply. In real estate, a lot like other companies, it's more about headhunting. And that's where that dreaded phone call fear kicked in. But somebody said to me, what about when you pick up the phone? Instead of coming from desperation, I need to talk to you, I need to do business with you, I need to meet you for coffee, I need your details, coming from value. And she explained it to me like a butterfly analogy. Think about a butterfly in your garden. If you chase it, it flies away. But if you stay calm, the butterfly will eventually come and sit on you. And that's how I started approaching my cold calls, my networking functions, or just going to the local braai. Always looking at what value could I add? How could I come from contribution and not desperation? I've got a beautiful quote that I actually keep right here on my computer, and it says, breathe in abundance and breathe out generosity. And I'm sure if you work on commission, if you're an entrepreneur, if you work on sales or a business owner, you know that feeling of, oh my gosh, I need to make so much money, so I need to go out there. Well, people can feel it straight away. So breathe in abundance, breathe out generosity, and ask yourself, what value can you add? How many of you have heard your network is your net worth? And the second phrase that I learned and heard a lot when I started in 2019 was, your net worth will be an outcome of how many people you have in your network. Now, at that time, if I picked up my phone, my numbers were filled with all the staff that I'd worked with at Woolworths and the management team and a few customers, but not anybody that I could go out there to bring into my network that was going to contribute to my real estate career. And that's when I realized the importance of the cold call, of the networking, and how to start growing my net worth. Now, during this time from 2019 to date, I have had to grow my net worth. And every time I do that dreaded cold call, I still step into that Wonder Woman pose. Or before I go into the networking function or out to the local gathering, I stop, I breathe, I take that deep breath, and I think, what value can I come from? Because this is for you. If you'd like to learn simplified skills of how to grow your network and your net worth. This is also for you if you want to be more confident speaking to a client, be it one-to-one or one-to-many. This is also for you if you want to improve how you speak on camera, be it for reels or marketing. This is for you if you want to improve your negotiation skills like a ninja. And E, this is for you if you want to speak with impactful confidence to win those clients and close the deal. So let me know in the chat box which one resonates the most for you. You can choose as little or as many as you like. A, you'd love to grow your network and your net worth. B, be more confident speaking one-to-one or one-to-many. C, be better on reels for marketing. D, negotiation skills like a ninja. Or E, speaking clearly and concisely so that you can win your clients and close the deal. All right, Carol says all of them. Monica, all of the above. Fabulous. Let me know. All of them, all of them, all of them. So they're all resonating with you. Estelle, Tasmin, Wella, thank you so much. Because if any of you today were like, I resonate with plums in my mouth, my goal is to teach you a simplified skill today to remove those plums forever. But when you learn how to speak clearly and concisely, it's all about practicing the tool. So the tool I'm going to share with you today is something that you need to take and put into practice. How often people go, well, I've signed up to gym, but I'm not fit yet. I am now on diet. I'm not skinny yet. It takes work. And that's exactly what it is about speaking. Making it practice every single day. Because it's not your fault. So many people have fear of speaking in public. And this often started back at school. Doing those orals, being forced to stand in the front of the class, heart pounding when somebody potentially laughed at you. It's also not your fault that you haven't been taught skills on how to do negotiations. It's not your fault that nobody's really taught you how to network, which can help you grow your net worth. I only learned this in 2019. I didn't need to before that. And it's not your fault that you may have fear speaking one-to-one or one-to-many. Now, this is not a public speaking course. It's about speaking in public. And that one reel could go viral. But this is going to end in the next 60 minutes. So I want to wave my magic wand and go whoosh, 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 and share some tools with you that are going to help you feel more confident in speaking in public. So I get this. And as I've shared with you, I only learned these tools in 2019. But after being at Keller Williams for 16 months, 2 days before the president put the country in lockdown, our entire leadership team got retrenched. And I then started my own company, taking the training that I'd learned in hospitality for 29 years, specifically then also for real estate for 16 months, and combined it and started my company, the Winning Attitude Skills Training. Since then, I have done 10 courses per year, consistently looking at how I can grow myself to the next best version of myself. And I'm a strong believer for investing in myself. One thing I learned in 2021, those of you who know me know I love to say yes and learn how. Somebody asked me if I was a keynote speaker, and I was like, well, yeah, I can do that. Googled it. Yeah, I can do that. And then I got some bookings. And I thought, hold on, training keynote speaker. Okay, what's the difference? And I thought, oh, it's quite different. I then signed up for 2 public speaking courses, one locally, one internationally. And what I learned previously to that, I was a professional winger, could do anything, anytime. But once you learn the art of speaking in public, you realize there's no winging needed or can even be used. The one course I did in South Africa, I was very blessed to become a co-coach for 2 years before going and becoming a TEDx Cape Town speaker coach. I landed up speaking on stages to over 5,000 people nationally and internationally before launching my own course, Speak with Impact for Public Speaking, where I've had over 55 people graduate that they can do a 7-minute keynote presentation without notes. But I also realized that not everybody wants to be a public speaker. Some people were just struggling with the 60-second elevator pitch. And I picked this up when visiting multiple networking functions. And that's when I decided to launch Speak with Impact with Sales. So ideally, if you're here today going, I just want to learn how to be more comfortable and confident speaking one-to-one, or potentially doing a reel for marketing, could go to one-to-many, or sometimes we're actually really confident in our speaking. But this used to be me. Comfortable, confident, but felt like I was on a washing machine spin cycle, that the words were just going around and around and around. And sometimes I would spit words out endlessly and could often talk myself out of a deal. How many of you can relate to that? So be that you just want to learn clear communication. Today, you've made a choice to be here. For those of you who've never met me, you're taking a chance on getting to know me. And I'm trusting that this one tool today is going to make the change in your life you deserve. So thank you for being here. So be it speaking one-to-one or one-to-many, this is for you. I've incorporated all my tools for public speaking, for networking, effective communication, and that's what I'm going to share with you today. As a gift and as a thank you for being here, I would like to email you after today's session a one-pager of the art of networking. But I am going to ask for one thing. Because I had 147 people register for this workshop this morning, only 32 of you are here, so well done to you. Please can I ask you in the chat box, drop your email address. You're welcome to send it to me privately or to everyone. please go ahead, drop your email address. That way, I've only got 20 minutes after the session. I can tag you, send you the email as a thank you. Otherwise, I'm fully booked until late this evening. But please go ahead, if you can, drop it in the chat box, either directly to me or for everyone, absolutely either way. That way, I can just tag you and send it straight away. So let me know, are you ready? Thank you. I see those email addresses coming through fast and feistly. Yay, wonderful. Thank you very much. Because sometimes we have the same names that may have registered. If I only have your first name, we've got a Lee. I might have 5 Lees, and I don't want to tag the wrong person. So thank you to everyone that. But there is an elephant in this room. And I am incredibly transparent. Those of you that have worked with me would know that. So only with permission, when the time is right, I would like to share more information about my Speak with Impact for Sales course with you. Because I cannot share my last 6 years of expertise of learning speaking, as well as 20 years in training with you in 60 minutes. So only with permission, I'm going to ask you if I can share that when the time is right. And for those who don't know me, at the end of today's session, go ahead and Google. Go ahead and Google the Winning Attitude Skills Training or Nikki Abraham. Go and see what other people have shared. I've got 130 reviews on Google, as well as 25 or 26 on Facebook. Please go ahead and see what other people have said about me. What difference this has made to them. So I am ready to dive straight in, and I hope you are as well. How long does it take to create a first impression? Let me know in the chat box. How long does it take to create a first impression? All right, Carol says 60 seconds, 30 seconds, 60 seconds. Thank you, Ronnie and Estelle. First 10 seconds, Monica. Well, in fact, 7 seconds. Isn't that crazy? Which means your energy introduces you to someone before you even speak, which is imperative that you always show up dressed correctly. People generally will judge you straight away from the way you look, sadly. But that first impression is about how you show up, the way you dress. Now, think about your day off where you quickly pop into the shop and you may be wearing your worst outfit or your slippers or your hair's not done. Don't we always bump into a friend, a client, our ex? It's like Murphy's Law, right? So it's about always showing up looking the part. It's the way you talk. Speaking clearly and concisely. People want to listen to you. It's about the way you carry yourself with reverent power. And reverent power is the energy that introduces you before you speak, which comes from confidence. And the way you smile on the phone or face to face, and just make people feel comfortable and confident with what you're saying. Do you see how important first impressions can be? And as much as we'd all love to say we never judge, we do when we look at someone. And if you have somebody knocking on your door or phoning you, if they're not look the part or they don't sound the part, how many of us just go, not right now? I mean, we all receive those cold calls. And when somebody mumbles, first thing is, can't talk right now, we'll chat later, thanks, bye. And the importance when somebody phones with a smiley, friendly face, generally we'll give them more time. So I want to share with you what I did to help me remove my plums in my mouth. Because even though I may come across confident, sometimes those plums were the real deal. And I often used to find, I didn't really want to do cold calling. And I thought, let me come from value. But I also knew that I needed to grow my network. So I decided I was going to start attending more networking functions. I signed up to a couple of networking groups in Cape Town. There's the Boss Babes and the Mambas. And then a friend of mine invited me to an event she was running with ABSA. And when I got there, I thought I'd get there really early to spend time with her, but she was organizing the event, so busy. And as the room started filling up, these women were dressed like they were going to a gala. And immediately I felt like I could have dressed better. And I stood against the wall, my confidence starting to like leak out of my body. And I stood against the wall. I was like, could this wall please just suck me in and spit me out to the car? And I was like, no, you're not going to do this. So I went to the bathroom. I closed the door. I stood in my Wonder Woman pose. I was like, shoulders back, chest out, go out there and make a conversation with one person. Just get one person to add to your network. And that's exactly what I did. That evening, there were over 200 incredible women in that room. And quite a lot of them I'm still in contact with. Had I left that day, I would have left with nothing. But just going in with one intention of what outcome do I want, who can I meet? Go out there and just be brave. But what was incredible that evening was there was a lady on stage and she shared a lot about networking. And as she said this, she said, I've got a simplified tool, and this is all you need to remember at networking. I am, I do, I can, I need. And I was like, what? Let me take up my book. And I jotted that down quickly. And I thought, I love that. At the end of that evening, I came home with these 4 notes. I am, I do, I can, I need. And I was like, let me start researching. I read multiple networking books. I started studying more about networking. I started looking at more about speaking and how could I incorporate this into improving an elevator pitch. And that's where a 90-minute training session came up for my 60-second elevator pitch, be it for cold calling, networking, or just going to the bride. But again, I had to build that muscle. So as I just joined then 2 different networking groups, I thought, how can I practice this more often? And now I belong to 5 groups to build that muscle to consistently practice my elevator pitch. Because as I started attending different functions, I noticed how many people used to read it off their phone or a piece of paper. And not that they don't know who they are, but just the fear of standing in front of someone. So as simple as this, I am, I do, I can, I need. Now, how often do you meet someone and they're just like, what do you do? Like, oh, I'm in sales, or oh, I'm in real estate. I did that once to the doctor. He said, what do you do? And I said, I'm a trainer. And he looked me up and down. And he said, well, clearly not a personal trainer. Now, he's very lucky I was in a good mood and didn't sit on him. But it was in that moment that I thought I need to be specific about what kind of trainer am I. So I am is as easy as, who are you? What is your name? I do, what is your profession? And when you share your profession, give us a little bit of details. I am going to go deeper on this as well. I can, how can I help you? What advice can I offer you? What valued information can I share? And this is the most important about the elevator pitch. How can I serve? And I need, the goal is always just to stay in contact with someone. Get their email address so that you can share more information with them. See if you can meet up for a cup of coffee. See if you can get some advice. But what can I do to stay in contact? Not chase the butterfly and get them to give you money straight away. I am, I do, I can, I need. Now, anytime you have the opportunity to stand up or phone and share that information, you're having the opportunity to confide in someone. So let me know in the chat box, what does the word confide mean to you? What does the word confide mean to you? Thank you, Estelle. Trust, exactly that. When you're confiding in someone, you're asking them to trust your words. And in order for them to trust your words, you need to trust your words, because confide comes from the word confidence. And if I'm confiding in you, I need to do that confidently, which is going to give me reverent power, which is the energy that introduces me before I speak. And this is where it comes to understanding your elevator pitch, practicing your elevator pitch. So you gain self-confidence, which is you trusting yourself first. A couple of years ago, I went to a networking function with a very good friend of mine, and somebody said to her, "So what do you do?" And she said, "Oh, I'm in real estate." And they went, "Okay." And then they looked at me and said, "What do you do?" And I looked at my friend and I was like, "Is that all you're going to say?" And she's like, "Uh-huh." I was like, "Can I please introduce her?" Her name's Milani. She's an office manager of a prestige real estate company on the Atlantic seaboard. She oversees 15 agents, and she helps them and drives them through training and accountability to get and stay in production. She is absolutely brilliant as a leader and admin. And in fact, I know this because I worked with her when I worked at Keller Williams. She was my right hand, my left hand. I couldn't have done my job without her. And she looked at me and she was like, "Oh, thank you. Can you introduce me at every function?" Yes, if I'm there, I can. But what if I'm not? If we don't have the confidence with what we do, who is going to introduce us on our behalf? So I am, I do, I can, I need. But before we go there, as I shared with you, I realized so many people needed help with the 60-second pitch. So last year was my first year that I launched the Speak with Impact for Sales, focusing specifically on the elevator pitch and so much more. And launched it, and I thought, well, let's see how it goes. And after the first session, all sessions are recorded. And after the third session, I said to everyone in the group, go ahead and just send me a video and let me know how you're doing. I was absolutely amazed at the feedback in just after 3 sessions. I'd love to introduce you to Sandra. Monica and Florette, I can see your cameras are on. Just give me a thumbs up that you can hear, please.
I've been in this industry for 15 years, East London, Knysna, Cape Town. I love challenges and I love to improve in my craft. My name is Sandra Robb. I'm with Pam Golding Properties, and I've recently joined Speaking with Impact with Nikki Abraham, and I'd like to give her a big shout out for the course that she's running.
Isn't that incredible? In just 3 weeks. I follow her on Facebook. In fact, everyone I work with usually becomes a friend as well. And her growth has been incredible. Learning the confidence to speak. She was already an excellent agent, but now that she's taken to marketing and doing videos, her growth is incredible. It can increase your net worth by 50%. And in fact, learning to speak clearly and concisely is all about different things that can help you. It can improve your day-to-day conversations. If you're an entrepreneur, it will increase your confidence and sales. It will help you with your relationships, colleagues, clients, friendships, partners. It will improve your confidence. In fact, you learn tools of how to channel your nervousness into excitement. It will help you in business, increase your sales, day-to-day negotiations. And in fact, one of the things that I master is training effective leadership and how to transform from a manager into a leader with over 32 years experience. And do you know the difference between a manager and a leader is effective communication? Learning how to speak will change your life. And it's not that anybody here can't speak. But how do we get those words out clearly and concisely to land our points? I also want to introduce you to Peter. When Peter started working with me, he struggled to look in the eye on the computer and make eye contact. And I'd love to share his difference in 3 weeks.
Good morning. I'm Peter. I'm from Umhlanga Rocks in KZN. The reason I wanted to do this course is I've had a bit of life history in that I have gone. Hi, I'm Peter Moroney. I'm a property practitioner with Meridian Realty in Umhlanga Rocks. I wanted to share with you just recently, I've done a public speaking course with Nikki Abraham. I've learned some incredible skills that have helped me on a professional level. And to be able to communicate clearly and concisely and confidently and with impact makes such a difference in my profession. You know, whether I'm
And I'd love to share something with you briefly just now that Peter shared with me a couple of weeks ago. So be it that you just want to get more confident speaking one-to-one with the client, or one-to-many with the reel or marketing, or getting off that washing machine, as easy as this. Let's go a little bit deeper. I am, I do, I can, I need. So when it comes to I am, this is where we need to introduce ourselves, being proud of who we are. Often I find when people introduce ourselves, we feel like, and it's a very South African thing, we're not bragging people in South Africa. We just almost go like, this is what I do and that's it. I'm a trainer. But what exactly have you done? And this is where it takes time to go down and actually spend some time with yourself and write down a list of all your accomplishments. Go back to school. Go back to certificates received. Go back to your accolades. Go back into which sports teams you played in. From where did you study? Where have you traveled? What life experience have you gained? What degrees, diplomas do you have? What courses have you done? Write yourself a CV of everything you've achieved in your life. Now, it's not that you're going to go and share that at a 60-second networking function or an event or on a phone call, but it's recognizing your potential, recognizing your accomplishments, recognizing your experience can help one other person. Because if you don't believe in yourself to share that, how are you going to get the audience to believe in you? And there's a very difference between going in confidently and arrogant. The difference between confidence and arrogance is intent. If I'm just introducing myself with confidence because I know I can help, I know I can serve, and I know I love meeting people, very different going in with, I know I'm the best, because I'm not. I'm always looking for ways to improve. And that's the difference between the two. So if you're introducing yourself and you're speaking from your heart, with your head, with your gut, people want to work with you. People love people. And they like people that they know, like, and trust. And sometimes it could just be sharing something personal as well, bringing it home. So it's like, I'm a mom, or I'm a dad, or love animals, or whatever it may be. I shared with you, I came back from the Caribbean with a 11-month-old Caribbean souvenir. I mean, who wants to just come back with a t-shirt? That was something personal, but it could also show you my sense of humor. So when we tell people who we are, we sometimes forget our uniqueness. About 2 weeks ago, I was training this session with a group of people live, and there were so many people. It was a specific real estate company, and there were so many people sitting there going, well, I'm new in real estate. But when we went deeper, they had 15 years expertise as a lawyer, or doing home loans, or doing admin, or sales manager. Tap into your expertise. Then, when it comes to what is it that you do, share a couple of sentences about what it is you do. Again, speak from your heart and with passion. We often assume everybody knows our industry. I work with a lot of real estate agents, and they'll just go, I'm a property practitioner, or I'm in real estate. Yet there's so many different expertise just in the real estate sector. I've also worked with multiple different industries, from IT to telematics to bond originators to insurance. There's a gentleman recently who just finished the course and he does infographics. And there's another one who does red wave. And I was like, what does that mean? And when he told us he has machinery that can come into your house to make the invisible visible, which means his machinery allows you to see your pipes and wires behind the wall. Meaning before you want to go stick up a TV on the and bang into a wall, you would be able to see if there's a water pipe or electrical pipe behind that wall. That's what he did. But for the first 2 weeks, I didn't understand. So until you explain it simply for everyone in your audience to understand what it is you do, most people go, okay, but they don't want to ask what it is. So it's about how do you share what you do that people understand what it is. So you basically want to create a relationship. You want to share with them, this is the value I can add to your business. This is what I can do for you. I can give you the best price for your home, listing it and selling it within 3 weeks as per my track record, and then help you find your dream home. Speaking the language that people can understand. Or I can help you brand your business to give you the best visibility out there, be it from your car to your t-shirts to notebooks. My company helps your brand being seen. What is it that you do and what value can you add? So again, you're speaking skills, knowledge, and strengths. I shared with you, I have 29 years experience in hospitality. I've got 32 years experience in leadership. And now I've been focusing on my speaking skills since 2021. I'm standing here again, this is my skill, this is my knowledge, this is my strength. And even though it may only be speaking, I have been training for over 20 years. None of that was boasting. It was sharing with you again, this is the value I can add, creating a relationship. So what can I offer you that you may want? And the great thing here is actually listening to everyone else. So this is the importance at a networking event, that you have your elevator pitch, that you know it, that you practice, that you've rehearsed, so that you can listen to everyone else in the room. Because that way you can also identify their needs, and now you go into, this is what I can do for you. How can I help you? And how I can help you could just be, actually, I may not need your services right now, but I know somebody who does. I can refer you to a friend or a family member of mine. In fact, I may not need you now, but I will need you in the future. So how I can help you is also just introducing people to each other. Ask great questions to deepen that rapport. What can I do for you? What would your life look like? How different would your life look like if you learned these tools? How different would your life look like if you had me who can help you in your business? Find out what's important to them. What are they looking for? This is incredibly important. So often we listen to respond, not to hear. Start listening to your client's needs. Even when you're doing the cold call, we often jump in and we go, and they're too busy to hang up. What about asking a really amazing probing question and listening to the response? So they want to talk to you. And then the I need, remember the butterfly. What am I doing and what is it that I need? This is the shortest part of what we do in our elevator pitch. The shortest part of what we need to do. Start small. Ask for one thing. Before I started this, I said, please share your email address. One thing, so that I can tag you and send you this email. That's it. What am I doing and what do I need? One thing. If you're saying to people, connect with me on social media, I'm on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, too many things. Connect with me on LinkedIn, Nikki Abraham. Done. one thing. Start small. Don't chase the butterfly. Come from value and be specific about your ask. If you want somebody to connect with you on social media, ask for one platform. Yes, you have lots of platforms, so which is the one that you want them to connect with you on? If you want them to refer you, I could say, Monica, forgive me, I can't remember your industry. I could say, but Monica, I know you in this industry. Please introduce me to, boom, and give a name of who you'd love. I'd love a warm introduction. What is that one thing that you would like? And always, always, always thank people for keeping you in mind. I am, I do, I can, I need. As I shared with you, this is an overview of these 4 things. It is actually a 90-minute training session where we do this for cold calling, for networking, for doing going to the bribe, but it's about meeting somebody in the elevator. That's what's called the elevator pitch. But ideally, how do you learn this and master it so it can just roll off your tongue? Sound natural, that people go, I want more about you. I am, I do, I can, I need. So I shared with you a little video about Peter. Peter now records 5 reels per week. Watch one of his reels that went live 2 weeks ago.
Hi, my name is Peter Moroney. Now, creativity isn't just a skill. Creativity is actually my signature, and I use it when I do the reels, videos, and professional photography to market your property.
Peter has grown his audience significantly. And a few weeks ago, he shared this in a voice note. I was like, Peter, please, 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 may I share that? But share it with me so I can share it with you. But the one thing he shared since doing the Speak with Impact, he's completely shifted how he markets properties. But I'm just going to jump down to a little bit lower. I've secured a luxury development of 22 townhouses and 8 apartments worth over 150 million rand. Social media supported by strong presentation skills is proving to be a powerful tool. He is doing incredibly well. And from somebody that couldn't look in the camera to doing 5 reels per week is making his business absolutely flourish. And he's doing it with complete confidence. So I help business owners, entrepreneurs, leaders, and in real estate, master the art of speaking. So you can communicate with confidence, speak with impact, and lead with authority. And be it the one-to-one conversation, team meeting, or commanding a stage, my Speak with Impact training will give you the tools to influence, inspire, and increase your sales success. So may I have permission to share more information with you about my Speak with Impact for Sales course? Just let me know in the chat box. Thank you, Carol. Okay, Stella says yes, please. Monica says yes, 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 yes. Fabulous. Thank you very much. And just a reminder, if you stay till the very end, I will email you that document as long as I have your email address. So thank you again for making a choice, taking a chance, and let's make the change you deserve. So my next course actually launches tomorrow, 5th of August, 10 weeks from 9 till 10:30. It's a 90 minutes for 10 weeks online. I have 2 more launches this year. That's it. Tomorrow. The next one is the 9th of October. It will be a Thursday morning for 90 minutes. Other than that, all my other launches are with companies that book me for whole companies to do. So those are my next 2 launches. All sessions are recorded. So they're presented live just like this, followed by Q&A, 90 minutes per week. I said they're recorded because life happens. We can't always make every single session, but more importantly, watch the recordings for repetition is also incredible, and you'll have access for 6 months. Each session has a workbook, weekly assignments, and at the end, a certificate of attendance. So 10 weeks, either starting tomorrow, 5th of August or 9th of October. So what this course covers, session 1 will go into your introduction, your big why. And this is really focusing on your 60-second introduction. How to step into the spotlight, how to speak with impactful confidence, your essentials of speaking in public. You'll be clear on your purpose of speaking, how to adapt your message according to your audience, and every time you speak, what is your strategic objective in speaking. Session number 2 is really focusing on words having power and how do we choose our words so we can silence those doubts, empower our voice, and transform nervousness to excitement. Now, looking at that is what's going to help you gain confidence. I'd love to share what Justine said about her experience on gaining confidence.
It's helped me gain confidence when I'm working with people, when I'm speaking with people. I just feel so much better and know what I'm doing and what I need to say. And I actually know my goal. When I'm going to speak to people at a networking, I'm not half as frightened as I was. And I know, again, exactly what I need to say and when I need to say it. So thank you, Nikki, and thank you, The Winning Attitude.
Session 3, the art of networking, your creative pitch. And it's really about practicing and putting it together. So you've got mastering the 30-second call. We do a lot of practice on a regular basis that you get so comfortable with your pitch, be it the 30-second call, 45-second networking function, or the 60-second elevator pitch. We also do a full mastermind on this. So you get comfortable, you attend networking functions. I do a lot. So you get invites to put it into practice. Tony, in fact, he had just started in real estate when he signed up. He is a pastor in church. And when he started with me, his whole goal was just to slow down. He said, you know what? I'm comfortable speaking, but I speak so fast because I got so much to say and I'm just really worried that nobody can hear me. Listen to what Tony shares.
Hi, Nikki. I would just like to thank you once again for the course that you presented to me about 3 months ago. You often used to speak about a 60-second, 2-minute. Didn't quite understand what it was all about until I went into a BNI meeting as a visitor in the beginning of May, was called to do a 60-second, did it very easily, confidently. In the meantime, I've joined them. So little do I know you were preparing me to join BNI. So I want to thank you for that. And gave me a lot of confidence in my talking and to be able to talk clearly. And so I'd just like to say once again, thanks a lot. And I truly appreciate your course. Keep on, Nikki. Bye-bye. Bye, Nikki.
BNI is a networking group, international networking group. They are incredibly strict. If you're a visitor, you get 45 seconds. If you're part of BNI, 60 seconds. And they ring a bell. You're done, you're done. So if you haven't even got to the I need or the I can part, people don't hear you. So the importance of having clarity about what you want to say is so important. Session 4, beyond words, how to speak on camera. Now, I can only see 2 people's cameras on here today, but how often do you attend a marketing session or a masterclass or training online and you struggle to focus on the presenter because of how much is going on behind the presenter? So this is the importance of knowing this for online presentations or even meeting with clients or getting outside and just doing a little camera or reel as well. Session 5, the art of storytelling and how do we captivate the audience. This is one of the best skills of public speaking as well. How often do you tell stories or you're listening to a story and you're saying to someone, just get to the point? You will learn how to get to the point in sharing a 2-minute story that turns into an excellent win the client and close the deal. Session number 6, body language, the power of body language on and off camera. So this is all about non-verbal communication. So we discuss verbal communication in speaking, body language in non-speaking, and reading other people's language as well. Session 7, the DISC profile. And if you've worked with me before, I have DISC on every single course. This one, we specifically focus on your personality and then reading your client's personality. from the first time they answer the phone to what did they say, if you've seen them face to face, what are they wearing, and how to speak to your client to adjust your personality to win the client and close the deal. Session number 8, impromptu speaking, thinking of your feet, how to answer questions on the fly so that you're comfortable and confident, and also so that you can win your clients and close the deal. We then close off with the 7 C's of communication, which speaks a lot about written communication. So we cover verbal, nonverbal, and written communication. I want to share with you Robin Leanne, who did my course. She was so shy when she started. In fact, she didn't even want to put on her camera, and how incredible her life is transformed.
Hi, Nikki. I just had to share this with you. I've just signed 3 deals recently after completing the Speak with Impact course with you. And I know your training played a big role in helping me. So it's really been a game changer. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Robin
Hi,
is
Nikki.
now still working with me on my Go-Getters Business Mastermind, which is one of the bonuses that I want to share with you, as a lot of clients do, so we can practice networking and building that muscle. So again, what this course covers, your introduction and your big why in 60 seconds, how to step into the spotlight. Your journey begins here. Speaking with impactful confidence, the essentials of speaking in public, empowering your voice and silencing the doubts, the art of networking your creative pitch, art of storytelling, how to captivate your audience, creating impact with your clients, understanding their personalities, using DISC with confidence, the power of using body language on and off camera, and speaking with impact, winning your clients, closing your deals through clear communication. This also includes verbal communication, non-verbal communication, and written communication, plus so much more. So let me say to you, if this was free, like money aside, if I could help you speak clearly and concisely with confidence, it will increase your network, your sales, and your monthly commissions. Who would want to work with me? Just let me know in the chat box. If I could help you, who would want to work with me? Estelle says, me. All right, I would. Thank you. I can comfortably say now, when I started my business with a few hundred names on my phone, that was majority staff members. I'm now sitting with a database of over 17,000 people, simply by putting these tools into practice. So I would love to say this is for free, but I've invested a lot of money, and I continue to do so every single month in learning. And as much as I would like to say it's for free, would you give me your business for free? List my property for free? Give me some branding for free? So I want to introduce you to Anya. Now, Anya, just over a year ago, I met at a networking function, and it was her first function. She stood up to introduce herself, and she had just become an entrepreneur selling health wellness products. She was petrified. I was the keynote speaker that day. As soon as I finished speaking, she walked up to me and said, I want to do that. We met for coffee the next day so I could find out more about her. And I shared a simplified tool with her, invited her to another networking function a few days later, and she was incredible. She signed up for my full course, but I want you to have a look at her difference in her 60-second pitch of her big why in just 4 weeks.
I'm very much an introvert, so it's a bit tricky talking in front of a whole bunch of people, but I'll do my best. So we started looking into natural products that promoted cell-to-cell communication. We've decided, like, people like, so that they are able to reach retirement and be healthy and live and not end up dying before they get there. That's our retirement. So my name is Anya, and I would like to help people bring their bodies back into balance so that they can make it to retirement and get to grow old with their grandchildren.
Every garden I walk through, every rose I see,
every sandcastle washed away by the tide, a constant reminder of you.
So you're welcome to go and continue watching her talk on my YouTube channel. But again, go and see what other people have said, how these tools have impacted their lives. So be it that you want to get off that washing machine and gain more confidence in not winging, or be more comfortable speaking one-to-one or one-to-many, this course has been incredibly transformational in over 120 people that I've coached only since December. So you could continue doing what you're doing, do the slow, or get on and come work with me and get there fast. For those of you that are action takers, those of you that are ready to say yes, you also get the following bonuses. Bonus 1, 10 weeks to join my Go-Getters Business Mastermind. That is a 30-minute session every Tuesday morning. We have over 44 people in the group currently that you get to join. And we focus on a weekly goal, accountability, networking with each other as well. Bonus number 2, how to find your voice with AI and create captivating content for your business. Bonus 3, how to handle challenging clients using a 6-step simplified tool of the BLAST principle. Bonus number 4, the art of negotiation, communication. Bonus number 5, the art of goal setting, which is a timeless session that I've used since 2019 to help me set and achieve my goals. And the entire mastery, how do we put it all into practice for unparalleled success? Plus, you'll get 2 live masterminds with myself as well. And the value of all these different bonuses for the next 24 hours. And you can choose either the 5th of August or the 9th of October, as this is my final masterclass for the year. But all these bonuses and the mastermind sessions, and I valued the course when I launched it at $7,997. However, everyone that's now gone through the course, I've asked them their value of the course, and no one has put it less than 10,000 Rand. So total value for everything here is 20,568. However, as I had it valued at 7,997, it is on sale for the last time this year at this price at 4,997. The price will only go up. So this is the lowest you will see it. It has already gone up numerous times this year with the demand and amazing results. So I'm going to just drop the link in the chat box. So it's for that final price, 4,997, you will save 3,000 Rand. And this is either for the 5th of August or the 9th of October. There is also a payment plan. You can do a once-off payment or a 2-month payment plan or 1,997 over 3 months payment plan. You're welcome to take a screenshot. I will stay on this slide. I just want to do one more thing and I'll come back to it. And also I will be answering any questions as well. So my name's Nikki. I'm a public speaker strategist, Cape Town TEDx speaker coach, and a leadership extraordinaire. And I love helping people find confidence in speaking clearly and concisely. And most importantly, I will help you fall in love with your voice. If you're ready, I would love to work with you. So action takers, if you want to do the October launch, you want to secure your spot, you're welcome to do that with 1,000 Rand deposit only. T's and C's will apply. But if you want to do the 9th of October launch, you want to secure your spot with 1,000 Rand, please send me an email. I will drop my email address in the chat box as well. But I am going to open up for Q&A, and .co.za. Again, thank you for making a choice in being here, taking a chance and listening to me. And I hope I need is going to make the change in your business, your cold calling, and at your next networking function easier. I really hope some of you are ready to dive straight in. I do only have a couple of seats left for tomorrow. I'm very much about small numbers so that you can also feel comfortable and confident working with each other. Thank you to everyone. Thank you, Hedrina. Thank you, Estelle. Thank you to everyone. If you have any questions, you're welcome to reach out. You're welcome to go ahead and type it in the chat box as well, or go ahead and send me an email. Have a fabulous, fabulous day. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I will leave this right here. Thank you. We'll reach out. Fantastic. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Florette. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Have a wonderful day going forward. And I hope to be working with you between tomorrow or next week. No, 9th of October, not next week. Thank you to everyone. Bye-bye.